I'm Will Carr, and I'm here to fire you up. One of the worst advices that people get, especially young kids like yourself, go and get a college education, go and get a good job, and you're going to be fine. That worked in 1970. It's 2025. It ain't going to work anymore. And this shift that we're going through is going to be complete in the next 4 to 5 years. The players that are going to follow you in 4 to 5 years, I'm not going to be able to have this conversation with them. I'm not going to be able to talk to them about it because the opportunity is going to already be gone. But right now, these are things that you guys can learn. You can set yourself up to be able to not have to work for the rest of your life.
Which is Will Carr, played men's basketball here from 2011 to 13, engineering major from Illinois originally, in South America after his time here. I'm so excited to give my full attention to that. Thanks, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys, really short. So I'm not going to keep you guys here for a long amount of time. I think one of the things to understand is successful people are direct. They get right to the point. They waste absolutely no time. You guys know who Elon Musk is, obviously. He's the guy putting NASA on notice here. But one of his famous things that he always says is, if you haven't talked within the first 3 minutes of a meeting, he'll kick you out. And the reason is because he's all about efficiency. He's like, if you are here, you need to be here for a purpose. If you're here, you need to be doing this for a reason. And if you're not here for a purpose, why are you here? He doesn't want to waste his time. He tells you to leave. So before I get into Genesee Nutrition and some of the offerings that I have for you guys and how you guys can work through Genesee Nutrition as an NIL partner, be able to get protein bars and stuff along those lines, I want to be really direct with you guys because you're here, you're at University of Alabama, Huntsville. This is a great school. You're lucky to be here at Huntsville. You could be in a ton of schools in the GSC. You could be in a ton of different schools all throughout the country that you're not going to get near the education that you have here. But the thing is, that doesn't make you immune to the changes that are happening in the world and the things that are transpiring. It is 2025. It is not 2012 anymore when you can graduate from a place like this and no matter what, get an engineering degree. We have things that are changing in the world like AI. Through AI, it is going to take your jobs. You guys are 21, 22 years old. You're not going to graduate from here in 2 or 3 years from now, and there's going to be as many engineering jobs as there are right now. When I graduated from here, everyone could get a job. While I've been back here, first of all, it's been great to be back here. I've got to see a lot of good friends, got to see old teammates. I've got to see my old strength and conditioning coach. It was fun running into him. Got to see my old assistant coach. But the thing is, I was talking with one of the guys here in town, one of the best architects here in Huntsville. And he was telling me, Will, with AI now, I can do the job of 10 architects. He doesn't have to hire people because through AI, he can get just as much done as he could with 10 employees. So I don't want to paint you guys this like nasty picture of what's going to go on in the world, but it's just the reality. Not only is AI going to take a lot of these smart jobs that engineers can do, but we've got robotics. You've got Elon Musk again, creating something called the Optimus robot. Are you guys familiar with that? You guys even know what I'm talking about? Anybody? We got one hand of people that know about the Optimus robot. Optimus is going to replace all your factory line workers, and it's going to replace a lot of the medical jobs. You girls might be nursing degrees. I'm not sure. We might have a few of those in here. But the fact is, because we're going to be able to have $25,000 robots that are going to be able to operate on us, that are going to be able to diagnose our health, that are going to be able to take care of us, prescribe us any medications if that's what we need, these types of jobs are going to be gone. So the thing is, you guys either have to A, get ahead of the curve, or B, you're going to be absolutely left behind. It doesn't matter how good of a student you are. It's not going to matter how good of a basketball player or an athlete that you are. You might get to play. Maybe you're a great basketball player. A bunch of you guys are. I've been having fun watching you guys play the last couple of days. Maybe you get to go play overseas for a little bit. That's going to extend this for you slightly, but it's not going to solve the problem. Because in a few short years, even when you're done, you're going to be left wondering, what are you going to do? And how are you going to be able to take care of yourself, take care of your family? Because the reality is the opportunities that exist today are not going to exist in 5 years. The good news is if you can get ahead of this curve and you can understand the changes that are happening, you can be creative, You can problem solve, especially as engineers. We're taught specific mindsets. We're taught how to problem solve. We're taught how to critically think. We're taught how to think through situations and be able to find a solution to a problem that most people are not trained to think in a way to be able to find solutions. So if you guys can get to a point where you can be creative and you can find things that you're passionate about, that you care about, you can use these same tools to your advantage. Because just as I talked about the architect who can do the job of 10 engineers, I use that in my business all the time. I don't need very many employees. I have 3 employees. I hope that I never have to have more than 10. And part of that is because I can do as much marketing with AI as I could with 7 employees a few years ago. I can get so much more done. By being an engineer, I can think of how to outsource things. So specifically with my protein bar production, I don't own any kitchens. I don't own any manufacturing facilities. I contract those things out to be able to use them when I need them. I don't own a giant warehouse where I have to pay for the overhead and store things. I contract a warehouse where I can store my product. I can ship stuff automatically. Anytime I have any type of wholesale account, I can just ship straight to them. So I built my business in a way that you would as an engineer to make it efficient. And so with some of those things in mind, guys, I want you to really think about what it is that you're going to want to do. Because if you don't get ahead of this thought process and you just think you're going to go through school, you're at a really fun time in your life right now. Playing college basketball, playing college sports is really fun. It's enjoyable. You get to be with a group of guys that become your best friends, girls that become your best friends, and you have that camaraderie. That's going to go away in a few years. You're going to be looking at how jumping into the real world. It's a whole lot different than when you go from a high school athlete to a college athlete, and when you go to a college athlete and now you're stuck wondering where did it all go. So with that in mind, guys, I've got a couple opportunities for you. One, right now, when you're here, you're playing sports, I want to offer you guys an NIL opportunity. You're one of the first 5 schools that I'm opening this up to. And so if you're interested, what we would do is really simple. We're going to get you guys and girls 2 boxes of protein bars a month, and we don't expect a lot from you. If you want 2 boxes of protein bars a month, we just want 4 Instagram stories and an Instagram post. It's really simple. This is how I'm going to create content and be able to have an army of, we're looking for 50 to 100 college kids that want to be able to get this and want to be able to have free protein bars just to do some simple posts for us. Doesn't matter if you have 100 followers or 100,000 followers. I really don't care. This is about me trying to give back to you guys. And it's also a very efficient way that I can get content created. So that's what I'm getting out of it. The second thing that I want to talk to you guys about is because we are going through this absolute massive shift, and the global economy is changing. These old school methods of, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to have a 401k, I'm going to put my money with Fidelity, I'm going to invest in some retirement funds that are going to somehow make me 5, 6, 7% a year, and I'm going to retire on that. It doesn't work, guys. Let me ask a question. Does anyone here understand the concept of fractional reserve banking? Does anybody even have any idea what I'm talking about? None. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I'll give it to you guys really simply. The way that banking works is you put money in the bank and you think that bank holds your money, right? You got a checking account. Maybe you got $1,000 in there, 10,000, whatever. You think you've got money in there, that money's just sitting in your account because you open up your phone through your fancy banking app and it says you've got whatever in your checking account. Guys, that's not how it works. Through fractional reserve banking, the bank takes your dollar and not only loans it out once, but they can loan it out an infinite amount of times. Through the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed a few years ago, it used to be, and this sounds crazy, but it used to be that banks were required to have a 3% reserve. So that means if you had $100 in your bank account, they were required to keep 3. That's it. Now, when the Inflation Reduction Act was passed, they have absolutely 0 capital requirements. So that means they can loan your money out an infinite amount of times. So that's why you see banks, they'll be like, oh, we're going to pay you this high interest savings yield. We're going to give you 5% to hold your money in a checking account here, right? But what they're doing is they're taking your money and then loaning it out at 6% 15 times. So they're making 100% on your money while you're sitting here making 5. And this is how the banking cartel continues to extract money from the common person and build tremendous amount of wealth at the top. And we're not talking about people that, I'm not even talking about people that make $1 million a year and think they make a lot of money, because you cannot make enough money. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Some of you might go overseas, maybe you're gonna make $250,000 playing basketball overseas professionally. That is not near enough to keep up with what is happening, because the banks are just going to continue to make 100% on your money while you sit there and get paid 5% and think that you're somehow getting ahead. So the opportunity that we have ahead of us, because I talked about AI, I talked about robotics, the thing that connects these together is blockchain. It's blockchain technology. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Of course, that's probably the thing that everybody's heard. You know, everybody knows what Bitcoin is, but I'm talking about the actual underlying technology that allows these technologies to be connected and operate seamlessly, instantaneously. But because of this technology, we actually have the opportunity to become our own bank through something called protocol wealth. You can actually own these protocols and make these passive yield type opportunities rather than the banks. So instead of you putting your money with a bank and them making the 100% on your money, there are ways for you to be able to own this technology and make those type of yields yourself. Because guys, this is what is going to set you up for life. One of the worst advices that people get, especially young kids like yourself, go and get a college education, go and get a good job, and you're going to be fine. That worked in 1970. It's 2025. Guys, it ain't going to work anymore. And this shift that we're going through is going to be complete in the next 4 to 5 years. The players that are going to follow you in 4 to 5 years, I'm not going to be able to have this conversation with them. I'm not going to be able to talk to them about it because the opportunity is going to already be gone. But right now, these are things that you guys can learn. You can set yourself up to be able to not have to work for the rest of your life. And what that means is I'm not up here to tell you, don't work, be lazy, go blow money, do whatever. What this means is that if you can set yourself up in this way to be your own bank, to understand the future, to understand the way that the world is evolving, you can be creative and do whatever you actually want to. It does not mean be a deadbeat. What it means is that you have the freedom to do the things that truly satisfy you, that truly fulfill you, that truly make you happy in life. Because fulfillment comes from being able to do things that you enjoy. So I'm not here to give you guys some like pep talk of how to be an amazing person. I think it's great to have integrity. I think it's great to be honest. I think it's great to have good moral, ethical qualities. But the fact is, the future that's facing you guys, if I'm being blunt and direct, it doesn't care how good of a person you are. It doesn't care. You either have to get ahead of it or not. And so these are things that I'm willing to teach you guys for absolute free how to do this, because these are things that I implement in my own life that have given me the ability to do things like build a protein bar company. I really enjoy what I do with Genesee Nutrition. Guys, I do it because I love it. I live a very unique life. It's me and my daughter. I have her full time, and we're going to ski over 30 days this year. It's awesome. And I do that. I go up on the ski slope. I work from my phone. I take phone calls. I can write emails. Anything that I need to do, I can do from my phone. I have absolute freedom in my life. If I wanted to go sit at the beach for 3 weeks, if I want whatever I want to do, I can do it. And it's because I've set myself up to be in a position to be able to do that. Being an entrepreneur for me is about the challenge. It's about the competitiveness. You guys are athletes. You get that. As athletes, we want to do cool things. We want to win. That competitive edge is never going to leave you. You're going to be done with college sports in a few years, and you're going to be stuck missing 2 things. One, you're going to miss the camaraderie. I'm just being straight up with you guys. That's the biggest thing you're going to miss when you leave sports. You're going to miss having that team, that built-in friend group. But then the second thing that you're going to miss is competing. Is there any one of you that say you don't love to compete? Like, even if you lose, like, it sucks to lose. Like, we all hate losing, right? Of course we hate losing. But I would much rather go out and compete and play and lose than have nothing to compete in. And that is where the majority of college athletes find themselves. You leave college sports. Obviously, you guys are good athletes because you're here. You're here playing. For every one of you that's here, there's 50 high school athletes that are already not playing. They didn't love to compete as much as you guys. Or maybe there's a few of them that you'll find in rec league later on in life that now they feel like they're the weekend warrior and they, they're going to try to compete against you because they know you play in college where sorry, I'm speaking from personal experience, but you love to compete. So to be an entrepreneur, to be able to build something that you love, that is the way that I've found that I can still compete. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to give you guys a giant dissertation on how to be an entrepreneur, on how to do sales, on how to build a business, or on how to develop these vehicles for protocol wealth, like I talked about. But if these are things that are interesting to you guys, if you're interested in doing an NIL, if you're interested in learning more about this protocol wealth, I would love to teach it to you guys. So this is what I want you guys to do if it's something that you're interested in. Pull out your phones, go to my Instagram, my X account. There is a link in my bio where you can click on, you can fill out a form. And if you want to either get protein bars for Instagram posts or learn more about this, I will teach you guys how to do this stuff for absolutely free. I'm not here to charge you guys or anything like that. I'm here to try to help you guys because I care about you guys. And I used to be exactly where you guys are at. It's been 12 years since I've been a college athlete at UAH. It has been 12 years since I've been to Huntsville. So this has been a really fun homecoming for me. And especially watching you guys play. You guys have been kicking ass, man. It's been fun. It was really fun watching you guys the last couple of days. But if these are things that you guys are interested in, I want to help set you guys up. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help you. And that's really all I got. So my Instagram, my X account is Will Carr Speaks. If you're not interested in learning about these things, no hard feelings. But if this is something that you guys want to learn about, if you want to do an NIL, you want to understand how to be your own bank, make your own money, you understand how to build business and be an entrepreneur so that when you're done playing college sports, you can do anything that you're passionate about, anything that you care about. I'm here to help you guys. So all you got to do, go to either my Instagram or my X account. It's Will Carr Speaks. There's a link in my bio. Go to my website. The form is right on my website at the very bottom under Will's Projects. It's just willcarspeaks.com. But there's a form. You can fill out NIL, protocol wealth. All that stuff is there. Reach out to me, DM me. I don't even have 1,000 followers. So like you DM me, I'm going to follow you back. You DM me, I'm going to talk to you directly. I'll answer any of your guys' questions about this. But guys, honestly, that's it. It's a blast for me to be here. I've been really enjoying being here and being here this weekend. And this is what I do now. I think there's a large, because how many of you are engineering majors? Just 2, 3? Okay. Business? Any business majors? A lot more business majors. I feel like there's a large segment of people in sports that want to do these things, that want to learn these things for their life. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm biased because that's the way my mind works and the things that I wanted to learn and that I care about. But if you guys want to learn more, that's it. That's it for my presentation. Go to my social accounts, follow the link, and I'll help you guys learn more about this. I'm Will Carr, and I'm here to fire you up.